Lessons learned. Life ahead. After walking through such fire, I found I didn't come out the same. The journey I've shared has reshaped the very lens through which I now see the world, revealing truths I might never have discovered otherwise. It taught me that even in the deepest darkness, sparks of incredible strength can ignite within. It showed me that what truly matters isn't what we accumulate, but the love we share and the moments we fully inhabit. As I look towards the life ahead, it's with a heart profoundly changed, more grateful, more present, and more committed than ever to finding purpose and choosing hope, day by day. This final part of my story is about sharing that hard-won wisdom, those unexpected gifts I found amidst the struggle, seeing life with new eyes. Looking back, it's clear that going through all of this didn't just impact my body. It fundamentally rewired how I began to see the world and my place in it. This wasn't a sudden flash of light, but more like a slow dawn, a gradual unfolding of a new perspective, especially after the major surgery that felt like such a reset. One of the first things I noticed was how the smallest, everyday things started to hold a different kind of significance for me. I found myself cherishing moments with an intensity I hadn't known before. A quiet cup of coffee in the morning wasn't just a routine. It became a small ritual of peace. A conversation with my spouse wasn't just catching up. It was a chance to truly connect. Every feeling, every thought, even a simple walk outside felt richer, more textured. Colors seemed more vibrant, almost like I'd been living with a filter over my eyes that had now been gently lifted. I started to spot beauty and pockets of joy in unexpected places, and the negatives that used to dominate my thoughts seemed to shrink in importance. This wasn't just about appreciating nice things. It was the profound gratitude for the simple ability to see, to hear, to feel, to understand, to engage with life again. I realized how much I'd been like that hamster on a wheel, always rushing, always striving, without truly seeing the path or the purpose. Now, with these new eyes, the destination felt less important than the quality of the journey itself. This new way of seeing brought a seismic shift in my priorities. Things I once chased, things I thought defined success or happiness, started to feel almost irrelevant. My first and foremost priority became my health. This wasn't an anxious obsession, but a deep, quiet commitment to cherishing the well-being I was regaining. I found myself actively wanting to make healthier choices, like choosing nourishing food even when tired, or ensuring I got enough rest, and to listen more closely to what my body needed. The desire to avoid repeating the suffering I'd endured became a powerful motivator to adopt these better habits and, importantly, to let go of old ones, like pushing myself too hard. That no longer served me. Small walks, once just a way to get from A to B, became moments of pure joy and gratitude for the simple act of movement. My focus also turned powerfully inward, towards my own inner state and the people closest to me. And from this, a new, central priority emerged: peace of mind. I started actively seeking a sense of calm, a release from the constant hum of anxieties, whether they were lingering medical worries or the everyday stresses that used to consume so much of my energy. This wasn't about isolating myself, but about cultivating an inner quiet, a conscious choice to disengage from unnecessary negativity or drama. Coming from a background where life was often fast-paced and demanding, learning to prioritize peace felt like a revolutionary act. It made me incredibly selective about where and how I spent my precious energy. Was this argument truly worth disturbing my peace? Did this commitment align with what truly mattered to me now? This new clarity made many decisions surprisingly simpler. This clearer vision also nurtured a deeper, more constant sense of gratitude. It was a different quality of thankfulness than the initial, overwhelming relief I felt right after surgery. That was about survival. This new gratitude was quieter, more pervasive, woven into the fabric of my days. I felt a profound gratitude for the simple absence of severe pain, a state I'd never consciously valued before, but now recognized as an immense blessing. I found joy in life's most basic forms. The taste of food after periods when eating was a struggle, a comfortable silence shared with friends, the ability to take a walk without debilitating fatigue. I started seeing life through a much wider lens, appreciating the whole intricate picture, not just my own narrow goals. This ongoing gratitude wasn't just a fleeting emotion, it became a way of being, a constant, quiet hum of appreciation that provided an anchor even when old worries tried to surface. It was understanding the immense gift of a normal day. Seeing with new eyes also meant embarking on a conscious process of letting go. This was perhaps one of the most tiring but ultimately liberating parts of the transformation. It wasn't just about letting go of bad habits. It was about releasing old expectations I had for myself and for life, anxieties that no longer served a purpose, and even, sometimes, relationships that didn't align with the more authentic self that was emerging. At first, this felt difficult, and there were certainly disappointments as I realized that not everything, and not everyone, could fit into this new way of seeing and being. But as I took small steps, as I learned to trust my own inner compass more, these acts of letting go felt less like loss and more like creating space. Space for what truly mattered, for relationships that were genuine, for activities that brought real meaning. My old self, with its specific anxieties and materialistic leanings, started to feel like a past chapter. My expectations became simpler, focused on intrinsic value rather than external validation. The things I worried about shifted profoundly. The next big thing mattered far less than the quality of my present moment. And yes, this profound internal shift had a transformative impact on my daily life. The way I made choices, from small interactions like who I texted back to larger decisions, was different, because the very basis for those choices had changed. I found myself much more deliberate about how I spent my time and energy, who I shared it with, and what motivations truly drove me. The activities I sought out began to reflect this inner change. It wasn't an exaggeration to say that in many ways, I felt like a different person. Not because my core self was gone, but because so much of what was unessential had been stripped away, revealing a clearer, more focused, and deeply grateful way of being, ready to truly live with these new eyes and an open heart. Seeing the world with new eyes is the beautiful epilogue to a difficult story. It's a gift of profound clarity, where every color is brighter and every moment feels more precious. But this new perspective also leads to one of the most important and powerful questions we can ever ask ourselves. In this one, precious life that we fought so hard for, what is our purpose? Join me this coming Thursday as we explore the answer in our next chapter, Why Your Life Has Meaning. If this story feels important, sharing it with someone who might need it would mean the world. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss what comes next. And for the complete journey, you can always find the link to the full book in the description below.